Hi, I'm Melody. Welcome to my channel, Making Melody Crafts, and welcome back to our alphabet series. Today we're doing the letter B, and we're going to be making some bookmarks. So let's get started and go down to the craft table. Okay, these are the bookmarks we'll be using today, and these are the supplies. We'll be using the Dylusions ink, the Dirty Martini color. I just love that green color. It's Ranger Archival ink. I like that. That's a dye-based ink, or dye ink, but it's oil-based. And then these are the stamps we'll be using. I just adore these stamp sets. The ones that we have are the Firefly stamp set by Momenta. That is from 2019. We'll be using 2 stamps out of there. Then a Steampunk stamp by Bo Bunny, and that is from 2018. And then this one, which is a Ranger Dylusions stamp set, and that's Black Diamonds. And then this stamp set, and we'll only be using a couple out of each one. This stamp set is, Fancy Lady, also by Ranger. Let's get that lady down on there, then show you what we're gonna do. When I've done this before, I previously just wanted absolutely everything to be in the green, and then I realized just how fabulous this looks with this black ink. It's just striking. So I'll show you what we're going to do with her in a minute. So I want to leave some space on here because I am going to be, doing other things at the bottom, and we're going to put a sentiment at the bottom. Okay, hold that for a second. Switch my ink pads out. Okay, now we're ready with that one. I'll be masking that off as I work with different ones so that we get the, we get a cool effect behind there. Let's go with, how about the love one? There's like a little love stamp here. It's just adorable. You'll see it when I stamp it. Isn't that just great? Absolutely love that stamp. So much fun. We're going to do a little effect to the card after I get these on here. Now, next let's go for the gears. So we've got a whole bunch of these different size gears, so that is super fun. So let's get them down on there. And I kind of, don't want any certain pattern, but I do want it to make sense. And this will wind up being a background. Okay, so what I've got is I just stamped these out, these little masks, on a small post-it note. Got that idea from Lindsay Wyrick, the Frugal Crafter. I'm sure other people probably, do that too, but that's who I learned it from. And then by doing that, it'll make it look like your stamp has gone behind there. So it'll look like it's behind the other one. And let's mask off that one. So yeah, it's just a full sticky note. And then when you stamp it out and then cut it out and then just cover the stamp you previously did to make it look like it's going behind there. I think steampunk is just such a blast, just the way, everything fits together and the gears. I don't know, there's something about it. I think it also has a vintage feel, which I adore that kind of thing. That's what we've got so far, and it looks like a hot mess right now, but just hang with me, it'll get better. They're just so much fun. These are the stamps from the Bo Bunny Steampunk stamp set, which I wrote down here so I could remember. I'll put it here so maybe you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. And I think we're ready to pull the mask off of here. So that's what we've got right now. But I want her to really pop off of that card because she's the focal point. We're going to start kind of just coloring her. I think I'll start with bits of her hair, and I'm not going to try to be, I'm not trying to color in the lines. Not my thing. We're just going to get that color down there so that that kind of starts to become part of the background, but we're still going to make her just kind of, pop off the page because she's kind of the star of the bookmark here. Not exactly a watercolor effect, but I just get that feeling when I'm doing this because it feels looser. I'm not I love watercolor, but I am still learning. I'm not an expert at that. Now I want to go ahead and give her some green blush. Just go with me. It's going to be awesome in the end, I promise you. Well, I hope so, now that I promised you. So we're going to give her a little more blush there and a little more blush there. And just keep going. Now let's get her arms. So she is going to just become totally green, and I think it's so cool. So awesome. This set right now is my favorite, just for so many different things that I'm kind of creating and doing and working on to show you. So yeah, more fun to come with this color set, that's for sure. And they're super juicy. I've used this green one so much, and there's so much ink here. So I like how that is. Let me try to get just a little more. Leave that, give her a little eyeshadow there. All right. And now the fun begins. So now I'm just going to start doing this, and I'm going to put color on that whole bookmark. Start off of the bookmark and come onto it and just keep swirling like that. And just keep adding color there. It's gonna seem like too much color, but it's not. It's just gonna be so neat. And you know, these do, you see that it does kind of disintegrate a little bit. These were pretty economical. They're not the, you know, highest quality daubers. The best daubers I've ever used are from Sukaniko. I think that's how you say that company's name. I think we're ready for some cool touches on there, and then we'll get to the back of the bookmark. So in order to kind of make her become the focal point, I really kind of want her eye to be the focal point. So I'm just going to take, this is a Sharpie pen, and I just like this thickness of the Sharpie pen. It just seems to be pretty good for me. What I like to do, these are her eyelashes, so we're going to make those stand out. I'm liking that. So that's that side, and then we'll add a sentiment to the bottom. Now on the other side, I would go back and forth to each bookmark, but I noticed I just forget what I'm doing if I do that. I've got to finish one thing. Let's lay down some color. So I'm going to get that Dirty Martini color on here again. Again, you know, that looks like a hot mess. Whoop, now I got pink in there. All right, it's a party now. So we're just going to keep going. When that happens, obviously, just, you know, daub that off. It'll be fine. So I'm going to come right back, and then you'll see this fully green. All right, so that's what we've got on the back. And I also used this dauber to get more ink on there. And then I used one of my chip brushes. The fun we're going to have with this is keys. So this is also from, let's see, this is from the Firefly stamp set by Momenta. And let's see, the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to go this direction, then this one, and we're going to keep doing that all the way down the card. All right, that's what we've got now with all the keys stamped on there. And these two keys are actually two separate stamps. I don't want to peel it off because I have that positioned on there just like I want it. But yeah, those are two separate stamps. And sorry for any glare there that there may have been. And I just think that's a fun effect, right? It's just so cool. So I just stamped it, obviously, like you saw, in one direction, then the other, all the way down the card. And now for the front. So now I want to get a sentiment on here. So I think with this one, I have chosen some different sentiments ahead of time, and these are from the Tim Holtz Ideology sets, Chit Chat and Small Talk. Those are, this one is quite old. I've had that one a super long time. This one is a little bit newer. And yep, those are the ones that we're using. We're gonna do Throw Kindness Around Like Confetti. So that's what we're gonna use. I edged it in that green, ink. So let's get that down on there. So the stickum is, honestly, is pretty strong, but you know, when you're putting something on a card, you certainly don't want that to come off at some point in time. So, all right, let's see. We'll put that one on like that, and this one down here. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and give that a roll with my brayer just so that I know it's staying down there. That's how that one looks there on the front. And then there's the back with all of the keys. Super fun, right? All right, so now let's move on to the next one. I think I'll use this color. So kind of got like a creamy ecru color there. And we're going to use the clock this time. And this clock again is from the Bo Bunny Steampunk stamp set. And I'm going to get that down. That looks like a good spot. Push that down. And the little pad I'm working on is just a pad of paper from the dollar store. Just kind of protects my, my cutting mat under here from all the ink. Alright, that's pretty neat. Isn't that just such a fun stamp? It's adorable, right? Okay, now let's grab that dauber and I want to lay down a little more color. Let me get my paper mask of the clock. Dry, hopefully good enough anyways. The end of the clock here wants to move a little bit, but we'll just kind of hold that down. Am I staying in frame for you? I hope so. Let's do the large gear. Oh, I just moved one of my keys. There we go. The large gear, and we'll start with him right about here. Alright, got some more of those gears done there, and now I want to get some of the larger size ones there. I think I'm going to go ahead and use another mask and mask my paper masks here and mask off one of these to make it look like one of these gears is behind that one. So that's pretty fun. And then I also just cover them with, you know, clear tape, some packing tape, or just whatever, just so I can wipe them off. But it doesn't really matter if you have, if you make paper masks. It doesn't matter if they get messy. They still do their job. All right, so that's pretty fun. So that's what we've got so far there. Let's go ahead and, oh wait, one more thing, almost forgot, our little heart shape. So I'm going to put that on this one. Got it. And where do I want to put that? I think, oh, let's use another one here. Up here maybe. There we go. And, oops, sorry about that, not in frame. Okay, I think I'm going to zoom back out a little bit so that I stay in frame. Yeah. All right. Now, doing pretty good. I think I'll go ahead and peel that mask off and just see what we've got. See if I like that. Oh yeah, so much fun, right? So fun. Let's go ahead and give that a little bit more color. So I'm going to use my chip brush. You can get these at Harbor Freight. That's where I got them. Obviously, they're available in many other places, right? But that's where I got it. And they come 36 to a pack, and I think it's for $10, but we'll put it on the screen. And I hope you're enjoying this video in our alphabet series. If you didn't catch another video in this series, we'll, link it someplace. And this is just the second one, but it's going to be so much fun. So I'm just so ecstatic about it. The first one was A for Artist Trading Cards, or ATCs. So check that out. It's a pretty fun video. Upcycling things, which I really enjoy. So I just left the clock face white so that, that's kind of my focal point on this one. And then the back, let's see, I've got an example here that I've done previously. So I'm kind of going off of that. So I'm going to get a little bit more color down here. Okay, you're going to love this. Watch this. So I'm telling you, this is mad skill. You ready? I've got the pouncer and I've got the chip brush. Okay? Watch this. I'm telling you, mad skill. Am I right? Am I right? Is that mad skill? That is just pretty cool in my book. So we're brushing here and we're pouncing here. This is my version of multitasking. There, that's a good bit of color laid down on there. I like that. The chip brush gives a very gentle effect, and the dauber just kind of gives that cool, I don't know, cool pouncy stencily effect. Yeah, pretty fun. Pretty cool. All right, now I've got my keys here, so we're gonna do the back again with the keys because I just love how that looks. All right, so that is the front again, and then I just finished doing the keys on the back of that one. So just kind of back and forth all the way down the cards, just such a fun look. And now let's get whatever sentiment that you want to use on there. I just think it's kind of fun. This one I'm going to do hold on tight to your dreams. I think that is super important. And I don't know if I want to keep it that way. Let me turn this for a minute. Keep it that way or cut them apart. I don't know. I love cutting these things apart. I just think it's so much fun. So let's say, we'll say hold on tight. We'll cut it right there, and then to your dreams. And that's the fun thing with any of these sentiments. You just use them as you see fit, as you like to. The one set that I have from Tim Holtz, and the words are all separate, so you can basically make just about any sentence, and you just have to find each individual word. But this is kind of convenient too because you have sayings already pre-done. What I'm working on also, I have an old vintage typewriter, so what I'm working on is typing up some of my own just sayings that I like to use, and then type that out. You can do that, and on the old typewriters you don't have to worry about printers not liking the thickness of your paper or whatever. So I think that's a great way to do it, and you can turn that into a sticker or just put adhesive on the back and make your own. But yeah, so that is that. Pretty fun. Hold on tight to your dreams, and that's what I consider to be the back. That's just how I like it. And so we'll set that one there. And then for our last one, here we go. Let's go ahead and get that kind of inky with our dauber. All right, that color's all laid down. Now let's go ahead and get this next stamp on. This is so much fun. I really like this one. So it's this lady in a dress, and that'll become really clear once I stamp that on there. And let's see, I need a little room here because I need room for her legs. This set has different legs that you can put with the with the other stamp, with like the woman on the top. So that's kind of fun, kind of like paper dolls, if you ever played with paper dolls when you were young. Yeah, I think that's so much fun. I like with this specific stamp, with this lady, I really like these legs because they don't have anything on them, and this dress is like an open work dress. So when I use any other kind, I just don't really like the look because then you can kind of see them in there, and it just seems, I don't know, it just seems unusual to me. So, yep, so that's that. And now let me remove that stamp and get the clock one back on there because we're going to use that again in a minute. Okay, so she's pretty fun. Now let's go to the little stamp here. It says Dream. And this is from that Firefly set by Momenta. I think I got that, the Firefly set by Momenta, I think I got that at a Tuesday morning, if I'm not mistaken. Just looked up to make sure I'm filming. That would be a bummer. Okay, cool. And this ink, sometimes if the paper isn't really thick, this ink will soak through, so that's just something to think about, but it does not happen with these bookmarks. They're pretty thick, and I don't know where I got these, but you could just cut out your own out of any cardstock that you have, obviously. So, okay, now clean that real quick, and then we're going to get a sentiment down on there. So this is a sentiment that I think is really good to hear and to keep in mind for myself personally, and it is embrace imperfection, right? None of us are perfect. We're all just a work in progress, doing the best we can, hopefully doing the best we can. And yeah, so cut yourself some slack and embrace imperfection. So let me get that down on there. How about right there? And then this one right about there. Yeah, that looks kind of fun. When I put on sentiments, I don't like them to be directly over each other. I think it's just more interesting to have them off at an angle. So that's what we've got there. So it says dream and then embrace imperfection, because I think that's probably the key for how to live out our dreams, right? All right, so now the back of this we're going to use, I'm just cleaning those other stamps real quick. The back of this we're going to use the Put that off to the side. We're going to use the clock stamp. All right, so I'm going to have that stamp go off the side a little bit there. I kind of like it when a stamp just runs off the side of a card. I think it's more fun, and I want to be able to fit my sentiment at the bottom and fit some other things in here. Checking my camera, making sure my battery's okay. I've got it plugged in, so it should be good. All right, that's not the greatest impression. I mean, I'm not super happy with that, but it's all right. I think it looks pretty good. And again, I need to take my own advice. Embrace imperfection, right? That is my advice to myself. I don't struggle too much with perfectionism, but I know that it's just, you know, not the greatest thing if I want to reach my goals. Let's get the gears on there. And there we go. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put a mask on here so that I can stamp over it, my paper masks. And again, that's just covered with some clear tape. All right, now I think I want to cover the gears and then get something else to look like it's coming up from behind there. And then I want to get this one in here. These, I think they're ferns. I don't know, somebody let me know. Do you know what kind of plant that is? I think it's a fern, don't know. Sure, let's put it there. Try not to overthink it. Put it there and there, sure. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm not extremely ecstatic with how that is, so you know, if that happens to you, just keep going until you get the look that you like. Because, you know, with any of, sorry I keep getting out of frame, with any of these things, you know, it needs to be what you like. It's your art. So I'm just going to try to get in a little more color here. That one is disintegrating, so I'm going to use a new one. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. Like that. Gonna go in there. I'm not even going to use the mask this time. I'm just going to put this dauber on its edge and just kind of have some fun with it. Not get too worried about it. It's interesting how you layer the color on color and how fun it is. I just think it's kind of neat. And let's grab the dauber for a little bit of texture there. I think they're the ferns. I'm going to stamp it there so you can see it a little bit better. Are they ferns? Are they fiddleheads? I don't know. Fennel? I don't know. I don't really know my plants that well. All right, so I've got a wipe and we'll kind of give that a little bit of cleaning. All right, pretty cool. So we've got, these are done on both sides, the sentiment's on there. I'm saying that so I can remember what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so that's pretty cool too. Yeah, so I like that. All right, let's see what else. I'm gonna edge this a little bit. All right, so that's what we've got so far. I went ahead and edged, you know, the edges of the card to just give it a more finished look. And now I've got my handy dandy little, love these little stainless steel jars. So now we're gonna add our ribbon. These are about 12 inches long, and I just used, I'll put it against my sweater, because it's pretty easy to see there. Well, that's my dog, don't mind him. I just used this thin ribbon with polka dot and then this black and white twine, and I went ahead and tied off the edges. So if you are gonna, this is a braided twine, so if you are gonna tie off the edges, I would cut it about 1 inch longer. That's what I did here. So I'm just gonna fold it over and feed that through there. Let me turn that around just to make that a little easier on myself. And you could add different things to this if you wanted as well. You could add beads on the end before you tie off your twine, you know, anything like that. So I'm going to get those all done. And I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did find some fun, if you had some fun and got to laugh and learn something new, please subscribe. I would appreciate that so much. I am trying to grow my subscribers. And I hope you check out some of our other videos. This alphabet series is the one that I'm just super excited about because, I don't know, there's so much fun in store for you. I have just so many thoughts and ideas for the different things in this series. And this series will just kind of be sprinkled throughout my content. You know, sometimes I like to do cards when there's a holiday coming up. I do a card for that holiday. So my last one was a Father's Day card, and that was a lot of fun to make. So yeah. Alright, so there we go. So I, again, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later.